All right, here we go. Another season about to start. Our first and out of the park 25. I'm here with Alex, the GM of the San Diego Sea. Chris, the GM of the Spokane Sasquatches. You guys.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
So yeah, do what we do every year. We're gonna break down the teams, see what we think, and give a quick preview. It's gonna be a little difficult, but do what we can before opening day tomorrow night. So starting things off with the champion, joined by the champion, obviously, here with Alex. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats, Alex.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Chris.
yep. Hopefully, it was your first championship. Hopefully, championship, and we'll start things off by looking at your team, and then Topaz, and then do the ice conference.
All right.
So yeah, starting things off, let's look at the Seals. The Seals have been a perennial playoff team, basically making the playoffs six of the last 7 seasons, including multiple division wins. So they've really been pretty consistent. And then they made the huge trade last year, BJ Swart. So I'll let you talk about your team a little.
Yeah, so I think the team's going to look a little bit different from last year. Just falling out of the lineup would be Ryan Wilson, Clark Heine, and last year's MVP Jim Green. So we're losing a decent amount of production there and kind of replacing those guys with some lesser players. And then the lineup, the rotation is going to be exactly the same as it was last year, actually, with these 5 starting pitchers. Guys, I'm excited about new. Well, Todd Vela got hurt early last year, so I'm excited to have him back at the top of the lineup. He's a great contact, great speed guy, should steal a lot of bases and hopefully kick off my offense at the top of the lineup there. And then as far as the bullpen goes, I've got Ezra James in the bullpen right now, but I'm pretty excited to get him up as well. And he might be in the rotation before the season's over. We'll see how he develops along here. But yeah, not a lot of budget room. In fact, negative budget room left. So probably not making a lot of moves and kind of rolling with what we've got for this season. But yeah, obviously expect big things from Swart and Bryce in the middle of the lineup. Glenn Marks is an on-base machine. Mike Wilson getting a little older, but also a great on-base guy. So I think we've got plenty of pop left. And then the 1, 2, 3 starters in my lineup should be pretty solid with Cowles and Iglesias giving us good starts. A little less consistently, but still pretty decent pitchers. So I think we've got a pretty well-rounded team again this year.
Yeah, I think you're going to be tough to beat until the that they're
You're definitely one of the teams to beat in the league or in their division. Well, in the league now because you're the champion, so you got an X on your back now.
that was
Yeah.
a pretty good summary. That was a pretty good summary in keeping things going. You want to go on to the next team, which
Yeah.
is
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio. And yeah, I do. Yeah, I think you're going to be good. You're obviously locked up. This drawback. Anything I'd say negative about your team. So if things don't go well, you're just kind of stuck with what they are. But they probably
Yeah,
are
it
going
will
to
be
go.
what it'll be. Yeah, and maybe I'll be a seller at the deadline if things are looking down or if we pick up some big injuries. We'll see
I was
what
going
we
to
look
say
like.
that might be your only your only Achilles heel might be like an actual someone's Achilles heel.
Yep, exactly.
San Antonio. So Kay had a end of the season last year. Made a nice push and made the postseason, and then won his wild. And then ended up getting swept by the Herons in the divisional championship round. But definitely a nice season for a team that was competitive existence in the league, and then kind of um, swooned off, much like our whole division has in the
Yeah,
last 5 or 6. But the big star here, right? Terrence Mason is the sexiest player. One of the sexiest pitchers I think in the league.
Yeah,
One
he's
pitcher
been
of the year.
a great starter for a long time there. I think.
Yeah, last year 252 innings, 246 the year before that. He was deep in the games.
252 innings leading the league with innings pitched. So
And he's been over 200 every year since 2004. So pretty good track record there.
was he?
I think two additions for San Antonio are going to be Clark Heine, who he signed in free agency from me, switch hitter at the top of his lineup. And then I think he added Blake Peterson as well from Somerville. So I think those were his two big additions of the offseason.
Who was the other guy?
Yep. He traded for Blake Peterson.
Oh, that was a trade. Okay.
Yeah.
He traded.
Yep. David
And then-
Brobeck on his team is a sex player of the future.
Yep.
Put up
And Norm
3
Soda's
WAR
been
last year.
great over the last couple, or pretty much every year he's been in the big leagues as well. So
Yeah,
Soda's gonna
he's
be.
just Norm Soda.
Crazy, look at that
Hide your
contract.
wife.
I think he must be declining, right? At this
He-
point.
He has to be. Yeah, because he was an 80 over 80.
he can't really
Yep.
play the field much anymore either, but that bat is worth it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what he is. What's his contract right now? They're about to be 37 last year, so expiring contract, so that's good for
And then,
Contes.
so San Antonio, I think, could be a contender in the division. They've improved their lineup. I think they
Yeah.
have more depth in the pitching.
Look at Brobeck again real quick though. I love this guy. He's a captain, top of his amazing offensive talent, and he's 24.
Opie.
He's their future. He got injured last year, looks like, and was out. If he plays a full season,
He was
he's
out. Yeah, he was out 4 months. We'll say 4 months. Probably over 4 months, a little over, but
he played 60 games. He missed 100 games.
All right. What about his org? I think we were saying that he had the best pen in our division. Is that correct? Or he had the best prospects.
Yeah, he has a pretty good org, I think.
Where was I? Meet the team. Tells you his top. He's got.
Clark Heine is a good pickup.
Yeah, he's been a really consistent player at second base. I think he's better suited for first base defensively.
He's got a nice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I threw an offer in at Clark Heine. I wanted to give him a shot, but I didn't give him much. I didn't want to spend much because I'm cheap. So
yeah,
I think as it goes, he signed for 18 million, and he would have been 22 million if he had just stayed under contract with me, like he was meant to. But it is what it is.
He's got a nice looking guy here who played at the AA level last. Ronaldo Espargosa, 23 years old, first baseman type, but good offensive bars. Might see his debut this season, I'm guessing.
All right. Nice.
Oh, this guy right here.
San Antonio, or oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Lefty.
So I think San Antonio probably a contender for fighting for the division this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's out there, so yeah, no, I like this.
I don't think he's going to be a pushover anymore. You know.
I like his lineup a lot. So, yep. All right, who's next?
Right. On to Spokane.
The team. My team. That missed the playoffs last year after winning the championship.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Sasquatches. What do we think of the Sasquatches? What do you think of the Sasquatches?
Well, I think a lot of my championship team is still here. I'm missing my shortstop and, of course, Ben Fowler because some stupid guy took him. I don't really care, but at the same time, it would have been nice to have him back. But you overpaid for him. Sorry.
I did see the production he put up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is worth the production. So I wish I kept him. I wish I re-signed him, but I didn't. But I think I'm gonna bring up this guy named Marty Petty. He's been playing very well in the minor leagues, and he's devved up decently through spring training. So I think I might give him a go at the designated hitter position, possibly.
Yeah, he put up 8.1 WAR and then 6.2
huge.
WAR in the minor leagues. He did crush.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna be getting his major league debut this year. With Marcial is a new guy as well, and he's just stuck out and killed it for me last year.
Mayfield's, yeah. Was he rookie of the year? No,
He was not rookie of the year.
I mean, he led our conference in RBIs. He had huge
Yeah.
numbers. Like,
He's a beast. He was a rookie last year. Didn't get it, but that's fine. Maybe I can sign him on cheaper, and he can stay on Spokane. He's got high loyalty, so.
it looks like, are you just running it back with your pitching staff, or do you have any?
Yeah, my
players
pitching staff is
working
staying the
on?
same. Joey Johnson's declined, so we'll go. He hasn't really. He went back to 50, but like when I got my last dev report, he went down. But yeah, it's Joey Johnson, Corey Nelson, Cameron Phillips, Gibson Glanville. I moved Scott Kinney out of the rotation and moved him into the closer role. He's been working well back there, but he will come back into the starting rotation if any, barring any injuries. So I think I have Jesus. This guy, I don't want to pronounce his name, butcher it. He can go in as a closer. And I have my bullpen is definitely not my strong suit. If you guys watch the championship series, either Corey Nelson, Cameron Phillips, Joey Johnson, and Gibson Glanville usually just went the 9 usually to and really didn't depend on my bullpen. So just I got my normal lineup going, and I just got recently signed Arturo Revolorio. He's got his second stint, I believe, with Spokane. I believe. Let's see, batting
Yep, he was with
stats.
you in 05 and 06.
Yeah, so I gave him a shot back. I needed another defensive shortstop. I lost my shortstop in Chris Grant. So, yeah, that's my team.
My former shortstop, Chris Grant.
Yep, I took him too.
Nice. Any prospects that you're excited about in meet
Nope.
the team?
Nope. Let's see. Who is it?
All right, so we're rolling with what we got.
Marty Petty.
And then you've got some budget room, right? So you've got some money to
I
spend
got
if you want
money to spend, baby. So I can trade and make players move. So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right. Who was fourth in the division last year?
I don't know.
All right. I think the next team up was Phoenix. It was Oahu and Phoenix finishing 74 and 80, I believe.
All right.
But we'll give it to Phoenix because they were better the year before. Yeah, Phoenix. What's going on with Phoenix?
So
Brendan's
looking
team.
at, well, this isn't accurate though because some of their good players aren't there. I mean, Alex Lopez at the top of the rotation is a really nice player, I think.
I'm gonna say 2010 Phoenix, end of the era. Go do real quick. It is expiring, and they're all big contracts, and he hasn't re-signed anybody yet. These guys are all so.
End of an era for Phoenix.
Phoenix rolled back one last year, and I don't think he's gonna get anywhere.
He does have an old
Other
team.
money for extensions, so he could, but I wouldn't be.
He could bring like one or two of these guys back, right? Someone who's been consistent, who's like a fan favorite.
Right.
It'd probably be Nate
Like,
Freed
unload the rest. I don't know.
because
Atsu. He can't play in the field very well anywhere though.
Nate Freed hasn't put up 4 WAR. Like, he was great the first.
Yeah.
He hasn't been great.
He just signed.
He's been good for a minute, you know.
He signed Hector Marquez, who was one of my best relief pitchers last year on my championship team, which is a nice piece for him to add, I think. But yeah, this seems like an older team with a kind of a closing window, I would say.
I mean, Mark Berry's maybe borderline Hall. I think he's definitely a gamer, actually.
I think he is.
Put up really great seasons, really
He is.
consistently.
He is because I drafted him. He was my number one. He gave me my championship. I'm giving him that. Selling him to Phoenix he gave me the courage.
Yeah, he's what, a 7-time All-Star.
Yeah.
5-time.
Like, if you look at go back to his contracts page. If you look at these top 4 guys, like, who are you extending? I don't think I'm extending any of them. I mean, maybe Danny Favia. I don't even know. Not for 20 million. So,
yeah.
Like, again, I think he cleans the slate. Alex Lopez is the best player, and he's got him next year on a
It's
player
crazy
option.
how cheap his contract is for how good he is.
Lopez, I know. I was
9.5
crazy
mil
about
a
him.
year. Like,
Yeah,
gee.
that is wild.
Yeah.
Cheat codes.
Yeah, I think we were looking too earlier, and his development org is like pretty low too. So I think like a full-on rebuild is coming up for this squad. It looks like.
Yep. He does have Hector Marquez locked up next year.
Okay.
He's got a 12. He's got him for 6.4, then 17.4 created the contract. So he's got two commitments beyond the season. So I agree with you. It's just like a reset quick, but he's got no system. We know that as well.
He's
Have
also
to
got
see what
about
he.
100 million off the books next year, so he could totally rebuild in free agency too and look to go that route. But
I know Phoenix has like every single season traded away top picks to try to push for it, but I feel like this is the season where he's like, look at these are the 4 guys I have on the block. They're all expiring. Who wants to give me some assets, right?
Yeah.
all right, so
Mark Berry
that's the
coming.
story with Phoenix. I think they'll probably be in the bottom half of the division. Would be my prediction.
Agreed.
Who's up next? Is it Oahu or
Yeah, it's Oahu.
Longhorns or
Wahoo,
Vancouver?
yeah.
All right, Paul's team.
Yeah, this is me.
Let's talk
Really good
about
offense.
this
Really good offense.
dumpster fire.
It has been a dumpster fire. I haven't made the playoffs since 2002, I think. Uh, but yeah, no, I have a pretty good offense. I did sign Ben Fowler. Part of that was literally just to needle you. Kind of had a down season last year.
And you put him at
Didn't
shortstop?
didn't make his money's worth. I did put him at short. No, I didn't. I played him at third base most of the time, and he was a below third base, so which makes sense. He doesn't have a very good arm, but I have a second baseman already, so it's kind of a logjam situation. I re-signed Ben Blackwell because he's the paddler, two-time MVP. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and I just did that kind of as a fan boost thing since I don't think I'll be super competitive this.
Yeah, you have to
But
keep Ben Blackwell. If you don't, like, your fans are gonna fall off the face of the earth.
yeah, so hopefully he retires soon as a
Yeah,
paddler.
that's all you can hope
Um,
for.
yeah, and I have the guys I'm excited about in my offense. I've beat out maybe
Who?
maybe not though. Josh Ives, IVES. Nope,
He
not
lacks
rookie of the year,
drive. That's what I'm seeing
but he
about him.
won some awards as a rookie, which is nice. He was an
Yeah,
all-star
41
and
home
he
runs is pretty tremendous. You would like that out of your big bats.
Yeah,
yeah.
especially out of a
So
rookie leading the league too.
yeah, so I liked that, and I like the guy who won rookie of the year before, which is Jorge Valenzuela. Although it looks like he's kind of taking a step back in the version.
Where
And I
is he?
do like Scott Skinner. I've put Scott Skinner in the dev lab like 3 times this postseason or this offseason and devved up his base running skills. So I don't know. Kind of like this guy.
Yeah, I think your offense looks nice. I think when we talk about your starting pitchers, though, we've got a little bit of a problem there.
This guy's got a sweet
Yeah.
mustache, though.
No,
Justin
this
Cunningham.
is why I'm a bad team. I did just sign a bunch of journeymen, and hopefully some of them work out. My
Yeah, we've got a
pitching is
lot
a
of.
disaster. I play in 2 leagues. I play in another league. My pitching is a disaster in that league as well. So I think I don't understand how to develop pitching in this game, and I will always be bad because of it. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. And I did just sign an IAF prospect as a pitcher, so maybe he'll turn into a stud someday.
There you
You'll
go. And what about your org? What do you got going on? Any up and comers that are close or far, but you're
Nobody's
excited about?
nobody's close, and I have one of the worst organizations somehow. Barely any top 100 prospects.
Is this your
I do
picture
kind
right
of like
here?
Tommy. I do kind of like Tommy Tate if you want to look at that. But he's
What
kind of
about
like
Jose
every
Castillo
other.
right there?
Well, he's the guy I just got in the IAFA.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's a 16-year-old. Who knows what he's gonna.
Yeah, that's too
He's just a
slow.
kid, Paul. He's just a
I
kid.
I do like Tommy Tate, but he's like every other first base, second base, DH prototype.
He's just
Um,
the same thing of what you already have a million of.
exactly. So
All right.
So I'm pretty
Okay,
bad.
cool.
So anyways, on to the next one.
I think we got the Bighorns next. I think Vancouver was last, if I remember correctly.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I think
Was
it is Vancouver, then
Yeah,
Bighorns.
Vancouver just
Apologies
moved
to
up in the
Vancouver.
draft. Yeah, Vancouver moved up in the draft, and
Oh, last call out on your
Okay.
team. I do like that you signed Ryan Wilson from me. He was the captain of my team last year. So
me, yes, Ryan
think he'll
Wilson.
help your
I'm gonna get an
help your
upgraded
locker room.
defense in center field.
He'll
Yeah,
help.
he's a good defensive center fielder.
He'll help your locker room. He went through Alex's team, so you know, it's gonna.
Hopefully it rubs off on your guys. All right,
We'll see.
Vancouver.
We'll see. What do we think of Vancouver here? So Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Well,
Vancouver's got a couple exciting pitchers at the top of that rotation that I'm seeing. That look like they could be pretty decent guys.
Probably like Kellen Conway and John Snyder.
Yep.
yeah, John Snyder looks really pretty. He's never been in be an Iron Man. Well, knock on wood. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing anything there. But he put up 7 WAR in AAA last 2 years
Huge.
ago, and then he put up like three WAR last year. So
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Looks like a great defensive
Looks
shortstop.
like that guy
his
couldn't buy a
lineup
win last.
is pretty middle of the pack.
Andy Kerrigan, 3-time pitcher of the year, on final year of that big contract. So he's only 30 years old, which is amazing, but he's a pitcher he was.
He was like
So,
wasn't he like an inaugural draft too?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
been doing
believe
it
so.
since forever.
2001.
He was the
1-4.
1-4 overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, like he's had some, even like last year, he had some not completely washed up.
Yeah, he's only a 3-pitch guy, which is interesting.
2007, he
It is
got
interesting.
beat up. Yeah, 2008, he pitched well. Huh. That is strange how he washed
this
up.
lineup, I think not a ton of standouts in the lineup from what I can see.
Yeah, agreed. The catcher is kind of like a slightly above average like defensively,
Yeah.
so I kind of like that. Yeah, I think he's kind of a defensive team. His team is pretty good in the field, but there's not a lot of great bats there.
Yeah, I will say generally above average defense across the lineup. So yeah, I think like pitching would be the way that he's gonna compete this year, is if those 3 starters can give him a lot of good innings and a lot of wins and play good defense behind him. Looks like there's a couple good bullpen arms there too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Bob's team is going to compete this year. Just looking around at it.
Then as far as specs go, he's got the number 16, the number 19, and the number 50.
In terms of close players, though, he's got a few first basemen close, but none of these guys, and again, until they've spent a couple seasons in the minor leagues and gotten above that 20 overall, I don't really trust that they're going to necessarily fully dev up or even get close.
Yeah, Brian Garland looks like kind of an interesting player that he's got down there, who's a little bit older. And this Ron Carter guy looks like he could be really good from what I can see.
Yeah.
But he's a little ways away too.
He's getting there.
Again, Bob's a really consistent GM. He's always supporting, so we'll see if he can become a contender here. He actually got off to a really start. If you remember last season, he was
oh yeah, that's right.
After the first sim or two, and then he competed through mid-May, and then he kind of faded. But yeah, we'll see if 2010 and Out of the Park 2025 changes his fate.
I don't think any big free agent ads or anything here either, right?
Say that again.
Sorry. I don't think he added any significant free agents or anything this offseason. So
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't really see.
Yeah, there's
anybody in his lineup that's really new.
There's nobody really in his lineup that's like sticks out. Yeah.
Like Ricky Contreras looks like he might be starting this year. He's in the DH spot right now.
Okay. So yeah, some nice pieces, but I think again we kind of agree probably not a top of the division team, but maybe middle of the division team.
Probably middle
Yeah,
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
middle bottom. I agree with that. And it seems like he's trying to build through pitching because he does have some nice starting pitching pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
With the Snyder and Conway, but you're right, no offense yet. So I don't think he's there yet.
No
Who's
difference
next?
making bats on
Don't don't
offense, but yeah.
don't need no offense when you got pitchers like that. So
Yeah,
that's his philosophy.
All right, on
My
to the
I think
guess.
that
Bighorn Rams, the new
needs,
and improved.
New team,
yeah,
new team, new location.
yeah. After 3 years, you serve your sentence, right? And you relocate if you join the league. So Johnny's decided to move on and relocate and make this team his own, and that's the Bighorn, Montana Rams. And of course, the population of Bighorn, I did look it up, is like something like 97 people. So of course, we're drawing from the surrounding area here to bring in
The
these
regional
fans.
team. This is a regional sports team.
Yeah, maybe I missed. It's between some. It's under 500. Put it that way.
It's Bighorn County.
We'll put it that way. We'll put it this way. When I googled, not Googled, when I typed Bighorn in this game to try to allocate the location for the stadium, it was like that doesn't exist. So
That's not a
it's
thing. Yeah.
it's a tiny, um, but that's okay. He just needed a place out of the city to build this beautiful stadium because it's a multi-billion-dollar stadium. Yeah,
State of the art.
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, let's look at Johnny's team. He's kind of been in the cellar as well since he
Uh,
joined,
did
but
he
he had a
pick?
very challenging rebuild when he joined. We all kind of acknowledged that when he joined.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was Golden State, right? I can't remember. I
Yep, this is
see,
Golden State. It's
it's
only
only
been
been
two
one
seasons.
thing. It hasn't been a season yet, and we've already forgotten about Golden State.
Yep.
Moving on to brighter horizons. Yeah, I don't know. Is he gonna make a step forward and not be in last place, and put Paul where he should be in last place?
I think he's got some exciting prospects, like some good future pieces. Josh Miller and Cole Bowden both look good. Park looks like a nice, I'm assuming international amateur that he signed free
That's
agency.
what I'm thinking. I thought
Cole
he signed.
Bowden.
I thought he was the Korean Kong. It's not him.
No,
Cole
this is
Bowden looks amazing.
yeah. This
I
is the
had to
new
really
park.
said to look at it. I was like, oh damn, is that Korean Kong? Did he sign him? And
This is the new park. If he becomes good, he'll have to be like mini. But
yeah.
Cole Bowden has been in the game and he looks ready. So he might be.
Oh yeah, he's
He's only got
ready.
just 3 pitches, but he's looking pretty nasty. He's got some nice minor league numbers. He was only in the minor leagues last year. He was drafted 5th overall last season. So I'm not sure if Johnny's going to start him in the major leagues or start him in AAA. But he did go 40 innings in AAA already last. So
Yeah, he's got plenty of room to develop, but his pitches are all, I mean, his pitches are at a 75, 65, 65. He's got tons of room to get better, but I think he could be a contributor in the major league level right now.
yeah, I mean
Uh,
Josh Miller, the
his
other. Oh,
his
go ahead.
movement, his movement control and all that stuff might not be there yet. Maybe starting him off in AAA would be wouldn't be hurt him.
I think that's where our philosophies differ because to me, I'm like, this guy's good enough, and hopefully he gets better. So I'm throwing him to the wolves.
I mean, it can work. I've done it before, throwing a guy to the wolves because he's the better option to have. Because he had room to improve, and the other guy was like just gonna stink. But I mean, I don't know. It's a toss up because I've also done this to guys as well too, thrown him to the wolves and then totally ruined his career because I had a guy Eric Graham. He was like one of the top prospects in the game, and yeah, he's just now a minor league contributor. That's it, So it's
Yeah.
difficult to say.
I mean, I think like my philosophy is always like that could happen to anybody. So it's like,
It's
what's
true.
the point of waiting? But again, like it depends on what your competitive window looks like too, and when you want to bring these guys up and start throwing them. But he looks ready to me.
It
Well, I
is
think
true.
he's definitely as a franchise making that transition to wanting to be competitive after being out for a few seasons. So a lot of these guys on his team, this is like first or second season, will be their rookie season or their sophomore. So I think this is a team that's just starting to turn that corner late last year.
Yeah, he's got another pitcher too, Matt Shelton, that I'm seeing in his system. That 65 potential, 45 right now, who looks like he's pretty close too, so that's another arm to add to that group. Which
You
would
know,
be pretty
another thing,
strong.
a thing I
Josh
used to,
Miller is a rookie here.
what I did with
Yeah.
pitchers like this is actually I threw them in the bullpen
Yeah, depends on what your
because they
what
could
your
be
starting
nasty in the
lineup and everything,
bullpen. You
right?
know,
Yeah.
that
Starting
might
their
be.
first season. Yep.
Cool. So I'd say some exciting pieces here for the Bighorn Rams. The lineup has a couple bright spots. Plenty of pitching potential there for maybe this year is an early development year and then down the line. But I think this is probably one of the cellar dwellers in the division again this year.
I don't know how he's got a player like this. Like,
I honestly think he's more mid pack, but
how do
we'll
you,
do our predictions in a second.
how does the AI get this random? I just want to know.
Yeah, actually, this lineup's a little better than I was thinking.
That's all I want to know is how do you get a guy named Scott Scott?
Yeah, that's interesting. And there's actually two Scotts in there.
Is there two Scott Scotts?
Yeah, yeah.
It's an old family name. I like Zach Corrin too. Zach Corrin was with me for a number of years. He's a great defensive shortstop, so he is
Yeah.
probably best in the league, arguably,
Ugh,
and a fan favorite.
I'm
Something
mad.
about him. I mean,
I'm mad. I wanted him.
I
He
think
took
he
him
may be a
from me.
second baseman at this point.
He took him
He
from me.
is, yeah. I mean, he's pretty elite at everything, but yeah, the arm's a little weak.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Well, we do a
Yeah,
preseason.
now we rank them.
We rank them.
Okay.
Why don't you start?
Let's give it to Alex. He's the newcomer. He's never been on.
All right, Alex. Why don't you
Okay,
start? Why
I'm
don't you
gonna
rank 'em?
go me 1, San Antonio 2, Spokane 3, maybe Bighorn 4, Phoenix, Oahu, Vancouver.
Oh.
That's my official prediction.
All right, Chris. Why don't you go? But start from the bottom up. I'll put my name in first.
You knew it. Oahu, last place, where he
Yeah.
belongs.
Start from the bottom up. What are you ranking them?
Then I'm gonna go Vancouver.
Oh, you going
Maybe.
from the bottom up?
Yep, going bottom up. Maybe
All right.
you have me start. No, I'll go top. Okay. Uh, I'll go San Diego top. Actually,
All
no,
right.
no. I take it back. San Antonio is taking the division.
All right.
And San Diego is going to take a step back and take number 2. They got a
Yeah.
championship hangover.
We get this shit wrong every year, so you could be completely right.
Gonna go with me with third because I just don't know what I'm doing. I was championship one year, so take that. Uh, Fourth place, I will go with Phoenix because that's how that is gonna end for Phoenix's generation, in my opinion.
That means you have Bighorn fifth if you have Vancouver sixth.
Yeah, Vancouver. Yeah, Bighorn fifth, Vancouver sixth, and you last place because you suck.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see how your prediction comes out.
Okay, we'll see. Well, yeah,
All right.
exactly.
I've got San Diego first. I think Alex's team is still at the top with all those superstars.
Yeah.
Next, we've got. I do have San Antonio. I don't know. I think San Antonio is kind of taking a step. Everybody else sucks though. San Antonio is going to be second, and Spokane is going to be third. After that, I have Bighorn. I think Bighorn's going to be fourth. They look kind of decent to me. I'll give myself fifth. I think Vancouver's behind me in sixth. And I actually think this will be the year that they aren't buying. I think they're going to sell, and then they're going to be really, really bad and get seventh place. But see how it plays out. All right.
All right.
On to the next division.
Next division would that be Topaz?
Topaz. Who won the Topaz last year? I believe that was
the Huron Herons.
Yeah,
setting the league record in wins again.
114 wins for the Herons, and he's only gotten better this. It's been pretty ridiculous offseason pickup. Shame on everybody else in the league, including the three of us, for not making a bigger offer than Michael did on guys.
I did.
I had no money to do
Well,
anything.
yeah,
for any
you
of
were
these guys.
locked. You were locked. That's true. Shame
Otherwise,
on
I
you,
would
Chris.
have.
I
Shame on
did.
you,
I
Chris. You
tried.
should've
I did
signed
my
off.
best. What do I say?
No, but let's take a look at Michael's team. He's built a pretty tremendous ball club this year. So really, he's in one of those rare positions. It's kind of like the Dodgers or the Yankees. If you don't win the championship, it's kind of a bust season. That's how good this team is. So let's look at it kind of top to bottom here. Aaron Harrison, pretty insane in left field. Just bring him up real quick on my screen. It's the lineup. Like he made the joke in chat, Murderers Row. It's pretty true. He's got ridiculous hitters. Shiko Yasutake, Addy, nicknamed Addy, that he just signed, 26 years old. And this guy's an 80-80 according to OSA. Of course, that's low scouting, but I mean, he just locked this guy up for 5 seasons. There's a player opt out there, but that's for 120 million over 3 years. He might opt into that 40 million. But the AI is kind of fucking stupid, so you never know, I guess.
Yeah, I mean his lineup is just loaded top to bottom, home run hitters all over the place.
Hey, he's the
Yeah,
team to beat.
There's no holes in the lineup, and then he's got some great pitchers as well. So
He's the team to beat for sure.
I mean, Victor Rivera has 4 platinum sticks, 5 All-Stars, and he's arguably like the 4th or 5th best hitter in this lineup.
yeah, he hits 1 million home runs every year.
He just signed Rich Gordon as well, so that's the other huge pickup. So on top of basically his 2 top hitters, Rich Gordon, he just took from his rival Kingston in the division, and this guy's a Hall of Famer without question. 33s, put up 63 WAR already.
Yeah, 9.9 2 years ago in Kingston, which is pretty tremendous.
Yeah, it's insane that Rich Gordon is now a Heron, and for 3 years maybe. Although again, there's out in the contract there, so.
I just want to know.
I will say he did just have his worst WAR year of his career, I think.
Yeah, he's at the age where he could be declining.
And he is unmotivated, adaptability, work ethic, intelligence. So that would maybe worry me a little bit with his age. But yeah, he's a stud and has been for a long time, as are most of these guys in the lineup.
Yeah,
We can't forget about Pat Farrow as well.
Yeah, Pat Farrow is pretty amazing. Not playing the catcher position. He's never been a catcher. Every single year I say that. That's so crazy. I don't know why I'm a catcher. Pat Farrow is the best catcher that never was. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Murders Row, this guy's the best squad above.
40 home runs every year of his career.
We haven't even gotten to the pitching yet. We've been talking too much about it, this team, but we haven't gotten to the pitching. George Reed and Anguiano are 2 of the best pitchers in the league, hands down. Maybe Reed, I think, might have my favorite pitcher's profile of any pitcher. This guy's got 6
Oh
pitches,
yeah,
and
yeah.
4 of them are just like off the chart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
7.2 WAR last season. So yeah, this is a great team. He's probably should win the division, and he probably should win like 100 games again. If he doesn't, I think that's a disappointing season.
Yeah, if he's not in the championship game, talking about winning it, there's something going wrong with his team.
I think the last thing I'd point out, he traded for Mike Bennett from Denver, who also played for New Orleans last year. So Bennett's been traded twice in a pretty short window. But yeah, no, he's the team to beat. League. He's going to be in the postseason. Can he, survive that gauntlet? I think. And I don't care how good the rest of the division is. Like he's going to be there.
There's a bunch of good teams in this division, but yeah, this team is stacked.
Yep.
All right, who's next?
I think it's Nashville. I believe Nashville was second place last year.
I think you are right.
Nashville went 93 and 69 in the one pitch like a sneaky deadly team. He actually had the best system in the league when we were going into the 2009 season, and he's called some of those guys up. So I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah, he's been bad for a long time. But at the moment, he actually has the number 2 prospect in the league, who's pretty close to Reddy, and Kyle Schultz. I don't know if you Kyle Schultz. And he also has Jeremy Ellis, the number 6 prospect in the league, who's close to Reddy. So
He
both these
also
guys,
signed MVP Jim Green in the offseason.
he did, yeah.
So that's another bat. His lineup looks like he's got a pretty good base here with like Pearson, and he's got a great catcher. It looks like a great young catcher, power
Yeah, the
hitter.
catcher's kind of mid defensively.
I mean, 2 power
Okay.
bats, Bartlett and Castanero, and then Barry Pearson looks nice too. So tons of power in the lineup.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I think this division is just so tough to call. There's a bunch of good teams, and I think this is one of them that's like right into their competitive window right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think he's a team of the future division. He's been the. I mean, look at his team history right there. He's been the cellar dweller, 7th. And if you go back for 7th, like he's been last place for a minute. He's been getting a lot there, starting to come of age. Jose Roca on the pitching side. Picked this guy up as a kind of an accident from another GM, but he's pretty tremendous in terms of his profile.
Wow,
And,
yeah,
I mean,
this is a great get.
yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate drop by another GM. We have this guy Jose Yanez as well. He's going to be a rookie this year. It looks like, if he calls him up, and he's pretty close. Just some really good on the cusp, and he already won 90 this year. I'm not sure who he lost. He probably lost somebody, right?
There's when I see his lineup in my game, there's 3 holes from people like he's got a leadoff hitter, a 6, and an 8 spot empty. So
Yeah,
I'm
he's missed a
guessing.
couple exports, so we're definitely
But I
not
mean,
seeing
Jim
his full
Green
team.
signed, so that would be the third baseman replacement that's missing from the lineup. He doesn't have a center fielder or a DH right now, so who knows who will fill into those spots.
Right. If you go to the lineups screen or the pitching screen and then sort kind of by potential.
Yeah, he's got Jeremy Ellis up here too, who's a 45-70 from what I can see with OSA.
Yeah, Ellis is he's the number 6 prospect in the league.
Oh, okay, so pretty nice.
He's pretty much on the cusp of being up and ready.
And he's got Ian Crockett, who it looks like he signed as a free agent, who's a pretty good center fielder.
Yeah.
Defensively, 65-70 outfield range. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, defense is defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it looks like he's reloading to compete and be in the mix this year.
Yep.
All right, who's next? Is it Milwaukee?
Let's see. I think so. Milwaukee had 90 wins last year. Which was
That's for third. You're correct. Milwaukee. Milwaukee actually posted in the Slack.
Milwaukee's going to steal a lot of bases.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
A lot of bases.
He says a lot of bases. New stolen base record. He says 83 wins, 4th place. What does he said? First base, Tony Aponte. Jim Harris / Pyron, but it looks like he's got higher Harris in here. Hernandez at third. Worthington at shortstop. It looks like he's got a platoon at left field. Mike Hattie for center and another platoon at right field. So going there, starting pitcher 1, Kraus. Let's go to homepage. Kraus is starting pitcher 1. New dude I signed. I forgot his name. Starting pitcher 2. Yeah, Dave Wallace is number 3, so it's definitely not him.
Yeah, Wallace looks really nice. I don't know why he's at 50 or 65 still. He's been in the league for what, 3? This is his 3rd season. He's thrown almost 600 innings.
It says
He's
2 here.
fully developed.
Yeah,
If you go to
he's
his full
24.
stats, you'll see.
He's still really young.
He is still young, but I don't know. I guess I'm looking at OSA ratings. But yeah, no, he's
Barry
got some.
Pup, the closer, is out for 5 months to start the season, so that sucks. That's a big loss.
Yeah, I mean that's basically the whole season. So unless he's in the postseason, Pup's not shit.
Yeah. So Mike Harold, he's still got some good bullpen arms.
Harold,
Bunch of good bullpen arms.
yeah, I like Mike Harold a lot. He used to.
Yeah, I like him too. I think, I think this team is always kind of like competing for one of those top spots in the Tough Topaz division. So I think that'll probably be similar this year.
Yeah, I don't like him as much as Nashville, but I don't think they're bad. Like they're better than a lot of the Ruby division teams.
I think it's just a different approach too. Nashville's got just power all over the lineup, and they're trying to do it in a different way. So
Yeah, that's fair.
and then as far as prospects, a couple decent prospects there, but doesn't look like anyone really close.
I mean, Broyles is probably closest, but
yeah. All right. I don't know who's next. It could be any of these teams in my mind. They've all been in the playoffs recently.
I think it's
No,
Louisville.
Yeah, it's Louisville. Louisville made the playoffs.
It's Louisville. It's our other fellow Vermonter.
Yes, yep. Chuck's team. Yeah, I don't know. He's What do you guys think of it? What do you guys think of the Riverman? He's got Park on the monster contract. He's only 29 years old, so
Korean Kong.
This Chris Ruska guy looks really nice.
yeah, Ruska does look nice.
He's from Newport, Vermont.
Is he really?
Is he really?
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of nice bats in the middle of the lineup. Danny Dallenbach looks really good too.
Yeah, Chris Ruska looks pretty close to ready. He was a 2000. Some of these guys, Dev up, so look.
Yeah, he'd be playing up, I think.
Loudermilk is another guy who looks like he's getting closer. Kevin Loudermilk.
Yeah, Mike Brindley. So he's got a pretty good core of like young, exciting players here.
I think he's got a really good team.
I like Brindley a lot.
Yeah, Brindley looks really nice.
He does have a tiny injury history, which isn't like, I don't think it's a red flag injury history, but he's not like Iron Man status.
I mean, this rotation that I'm seeing in game 1 through 5, like these pitchers are all pretty like highly rated pitchers. I like this Dave Burke guy quite a bit. He's a good leader. Great pitches.
When he's got Eric Pierce down in the 4th spot.
Yeah.
Nasty. I think
Ryan Bemis looks good.
One of the things he struggled with the last few guys are thrown side, and that could kind of hold him back a little bit. But I do like his raw talent, for sure.
Yeah, and then the bullpen, it looks like he's got a bunch of pretty good arms at the back end of the bullpen. Nobody under 50 that I've seen. So yeah, this looks like a pretty good, well-rounded team.
Another typical Topaz team.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got one of the better systems prospects. Pete Robinson is pretty close.
Yep.
Of course, we just talked about Dallenbach and Bruska, so they're in and Loudermilk. So all these guys are pretty much coming of age. This is another team that's going to be kind of scary. I mean, again, they're both first baseman, DH types, kind of like corner outfield types, aren't super great defensive.
Yeah, that can be a problem. All right. Next up is
Just St. Louis?
I think it's the Steam. Yeah, I think St. Louis.
Let's take a
No,
look.
it's Kingston. It's going to be Kingston.
Yep, Kingston. How dare we disrespect Kingston?
Yeah, first time missing the playoffs last season in quite a few seasons.
Yeah.
He's been actually looked it up. I was just looking through things today. He has more. He's the best winning percentage of any GM, and he's been super good. But yeah, no, he's in trouble, I think, because of just how young some of the talent division is right now.
Mm-hmm. I think he's in a tough spot.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nice rotation, like great pitching staff.
And he signed the Japanese pitcher here.
Yeah, he does have some good pieces.
I do like the Murata pickup because Murata's super young. The only risk, obviously, for these guys, which guy's going to be the injury-prone guy?
Yeah.
The four superstars that were kind of.
Who's going to be the duck breast?
The duck breast, yeah. Hopefully it's not Murata. He doesn't.
Yeah, I'd hate to see it for the 23. He's 23. There's no way.
Ji-Ju Kim looked really nice in minor leagues. It looks like he's going to be up this season. That's another young pitcher, and he's a lefty, and he's a knuckleballer. God, I hate you so much.
What?
For having this
He's
guy
got
on your
great
team.
personality traits.
Oh my God, I want.
Paul is going to do anything for this guy.
Do you want my team? Do you want my whole team?
Jacob, yeah, I think this looks like another good team, but it's a really competitive division, so I'm not sure.
No, I think Jacob's gonna win it. Oh, Ji-Ju Kim's injured. 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's injured.
It's okay.
Just a strain.
I love that pickup. That's sexy.
All right. Anything else on this team for you guys?
He's a very competitive team. He's always in the run for it. I mean, he didn't make the playoffs, but I mean, he did, win the division 2 times in a row. But this is definitely Huron's division right now.
I think he's going to be competitive. I think
he's definitely competitive. There's no doubt about Kingston's not competitive.
I think he's got the most complete rotation of anybody we've looked at.
I agree. I think maybe one other team I felt better, but yes. I also really like Joe Smith. Like he's an interesting guy who can get on base and steal and plays great defense. So that's a really nice piece too. 3 Gold Gloves.
Huron has a pretty good pitching rotation as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lemke is super underrated, I feel.
I mean, I think that Louisville has a really good rotation too, though. So like all these teams are very comparable there. I think honestly.
Lemke's 31, about to be 32. He's put up 40 World career already. I mean, this guy could be borderline famer, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He's been a great player.
Would not blow you away, Barnes.
No.
You saw this guy on a spreadsheet with no name.
Gamer.
Right?
He's a gamer.
Yeah, you're gonna love that about this game.
Yeah, how you can get a guy
Um,
who just like not
Yeah.
just perform for you.
Joe Smith is kind of the same way. I mean, he's got some far in his career. Anyways, yeah, it's Kingston.
I think it's St. Louis now.
St. Louis. St.
Saint.
Louis. So George's team. Let's see. St. Louis took a step back last year, right? After being a postseason team in 2008 with
Yeah, he was in the
really
post.
sick spot.
Yeah, he was in the postseason, and then yeah, it definitely took. Yeah, good way to put it, Paul. They took a step back. I agree with you.
I mean, obviously his big piece is Frank Danza.
Yeah, 1-1 from the inaugural draft. Still, right?
Yep. But I believe the Frank Danzig era is starting to wind down. I mean, he's still a really great player, but 33 years old now. Going to come to an end.
Yeah.
yeah, I think this guy Roland Bale looks like he's could be a pretty good player for him. Comparative to the rest of the division, though, I think this team's just a little bit behind them.
Yeah.
A little less depth in the lineup and in the rotation as well.
2008 Pitcher of the Year in Corey Kimball.
Oh, I didn't see him. He's not shown in the rotation, so that helps.
Because he's injured. Oh, but he's back.
Injured only for 5 more days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be in there.
He's got great pitches.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think St. Louis. Just a step down, kind of. Definitely a step down from some of the top teams here. Maybe even not even. Just again in the toughest division, maybe in our division, mid pack. In this division,
Yeah,
I think
I was gonna
towards the
say
bottom.
probably competing in our division.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they're going to be looking forward to that interconference, but maybe not so much the divisional.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
On the horizon for the Steam, they do have a top 10, but he's starting 25 now, ways away. And then he does have a 16-year-old that he just signed in international IAFA bidding this season. Finished, came in as a top 100. Macho Meza.
Love
Great name.
love the name.
All name team.
Macho Cyclo Jim Mesa. I hope this guy's a
They
star.
also changed Cyclone Jim. Good.
Well, I hope this guy's a superstar. I really want to pronounce his name a lot. Macho Man Randy Savage. Man, I should have drafted that guy just for his name alone.
Just because we're on names before we go to the next team, go to Bighorn real quick and go to the. Wanted to talk about that.
Bighorn?
Yeah, just look at Bighorn's closer. Musad Buttress. Buttress. I don't know. I like it. Rooting for Bighorn, so I can say that one.
Or Scott? All right, back to the division we're supposed to be talking about. St. Louis. Are we done with St.
Oh,
Louis?
Hold on. Go to me. Go to my team real. I got one that we just got to look at real. Relief pitcher. You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. Oh, right down.
This guy, huh?
Yeah. Could you read down for me, Alex?
Vakredin Bebutashvili.
That was actually really good.
Thanks.
Babashvili. Yeah, I messed it. Took a tongue twister. But anyways, all right.
Babudashvili.
What Alex said.
Babashvili. Yeah. All
That
right.
was a good
All
last
right.
name.
That's a tough name, right? All right. Who finished in seventh? That would be the Virginia team.
Virginia Rebels.
Kind of the history of this franchise. They were like a playoff team for 4 or 5 seasons.
Look at that. Look at that graph.
But they've been out of it for a minute now. But they've been finished with 70 plus wins.
Yeah, that's
all 3 of the last seasons where they missed the playoffs. It's not like they've been like really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've just been in the the bottom, 7th and 6th place the past 3 years, and just not like you said, they'd be in the middle of the pack in our division.
They've got a lot of guys on 1-year contracts. So I think they're turning over kind of like, I think this is finally going to be the turnover season. These 30-year-olds maybe cut ties. Unless he extends them for like kind of like the fan interest reasons. And there's a couple exceptions. If we Chikafusa Yano, he just signed this. He was a 44-5 overall, but he's got him on about 10 million a year for the next 5 seasons. So not sure how we feel about that. We'll see how he produces.
Yeah, he's got a number of guys on the injured list too right now, for varying amount. I mean, a bunch of them for extended periods that could be contributors. It's got Jesse McDowell.
Yeah.
With a long injury. Steve Nelson. And Jaden Williams, who looks like would be his best pitcher.
Yeah,
well,
that's
maybe.
5 months. That's the season right there.
He's got Jesse McDowell locked up 5 years, and I don't know. He hasn't put up like tremendous. He's been an okay pitcher, but I don't know if I like that contract for.
I see a torn meniscus on McDowell too.
Oh yeah, he's out.
So yeah, bunch of injuries to this team going into the season, which is going to hurt.
Yeah. So it looks like they're kind of going to clear the books this year. They're just going to have to stick with the McDowell, which is fine. 2 team options on the end of that, so that is it. And yeah, definitely the one team in the division I think you highlighted rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Definitely in rebuild mode. Does he have any prospects showing up?
He does have one stud, number 4 prospect in the league, Edwin Sanchez, 22 years old, and he's started to develop on, which is a great. But he was the 6th overall pick again in 2009.
Yeah, he looks like he could be great. That control.
The control scares me. Control scares me, but
as long as he's throwing gas, that can be okay, I think. But
yeah.
But yeah, that definitely needs to develop. But yeah, I think
5
this is
pitches,
definitely
though. Yeah.
a team looking at rebuild.
Yep.
And retool a little bit. I do like his catcher too. He's pretty young and a good defensive catcher.
And you got to actually give his credit.
Yeah, likes the catcher a lot.
He's got 8 players in the top 100, and a diversity of kind of positions as well.
Yeah. This catcher's a fan favorite, extremely popular. So he's a good asset.
Yeah. So yeah, he might be looking to flip some of these Bayern contracts, bringing in some more assets and continuing that rebuild. It might be dangerous in a few seasons, kind of where Ash Louisville at coming of age with some prospects. All right, what do you guys think? That's the end of the division. Yeah.
Yeah, let's give him a rank.
Ranking?
I'll go first.
Right.
I'll be bold and go first and say Huron's gonna take the division.
Brave of you.
I know, I'm so brave. I will say Nashville's gonna come in second. They had just a tremendous season looking at that position rankings with that team that looks like a scary team. So yeah, I think they're gonna take second. Third will be Louisville. Fourth will be Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee, Kingston, St. Louis, Virginia.
All right, I'll go second once you clean up.
All right.
We've got Huron first as well.
Oh,
I also have
copycat.
I also have Nashville number 2. Where I diverge from you, I actually like Kingston 3. I think their staff is and their bats, well, underrated, have performed year. While I look at them and I don't like them, and every year they prove me wrong. Like Lemke, like I don't understand why he's so, but he's great. For Kingston, and then I get Louisville number 4. So many young pieces. I think really just an up and coming team, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kingston flop. Milwaukee number 5, and again, I like all 5 of these teams as so that could really be
Yeah.
simple. And then after that, I do have St. Louis, Virginia. St. Louis, not a terrible team, but just a step below the rest of the guys in Virginia. And Alex, what do you?
All right.
What do you got?
So I'm gonna go Huron first. I think I have. I'm actually gonna go Louisville second, Nashville
Oh,
third, Milwaukee
Ooh.
fourth, Kingston fifth, and then St. Louis, and then Virginia.
all right. So we all agree on 6 and 7. We all agree on 1. We'll shuffle on 2, 3, 4.
Just copying me on
Well,
Yeah,
number
I
one.
think I think this is extremely competitive, and I think any of those teams could finish second or fifth. So
yeah.
just because they're all really good.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is just a testament to say where they could land. It's yeah.
And if you guys were just to take a guess, right? Wild cards. We got 2 coming from the Topaz, 2 coming from the split.
I mean,
Oh,
my prediction would be until it's not 2 coming from the Topaz, I'm gonna bet that it's gonna be 2 coming from the Topaz. So
Yeah.
it seems like there's just more well-rounded teams at the top of that division.
well, it's crazy too because it was like in the beginning of the league, it was the Ruby division was the more powerful division than the Topaz, and how the things have changed now. It's quite the
Yeah,
opposite.
So
they've
do
been
you agree
dominating
with
for a
that?
while now.
Do you agree with that assessment, Chris?
Oh yeah, it's definitely all 4 are coming. Or yeah, it's gonna be 4-on-2. It's gonna be whoever first and second of the Ruby division. So don't even think about coming in third place in the Ruby division because if you do, you're not making the playoffs. Unless you have a really good team.
I think it could split 1-1, but I kind of agree.
It could split
Yeah.
1-1. It's a very good likely. We just haven't seen it yet. Like, you're right. I like it predicted
Yeah.
every year. It's gonna be this is the year we're gonna split it. I'm
I
making
do
the
like that we
playoffs.
all predicted the Sasquatches to finish third, that we all predicted you to miss playoffs. So that's fun. So,
I don't
including
think I'm.
yourself.
I
Including
don't
yourself.
think I'm. I don't think I'm there. I think my team's fallen. I've seen my guys take their dev hits. We got their championship and they're running with it.
Well, the only thing I'll say
I
about
think
our
second and third there is very close. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I'll say
I
the
think
thing
that's
about our
also a toss-up.
predictions. The thing about our predictions, we're going into out of the park 25, so really see some
Yeah,
wild
who
cards
knows?
how to turn out.
Who knows what
It's
it'll
all
be?
it's all it's all injury related. I don't know. Last year I was very injury riddled, so we'll see
Yeah.
if anybody, everybody stays healthy. It's really what it boils down to.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to take a quick 5 and then finish up with?
Yeah, take a quick 5.
Yep.
let's pick things back up with the Ice Conference and start things off with Bill, or the Ice Conference champion, the TBL championship loser, JR. JR has been to the championship game 2 of the last 3 years. It's kind of funny. I don't think of this team as like a powerhouse team, but he's been really, really good. The joke, of course, with Somerville, we're going to have to bring it up until it's not true, is that every time there's an even season, he misses the playoffs. So I expect nothing from this team. I expect it to be terrible.
I mean, look at this graph chart.
Better luck next year, JR. Better luck next year.
Look at this graph chart. I mean, look at it right here. It's up, down, up, down.
Yeah. Team standings history. That's a cool graph chart. I didn't even notice it.
I know. It just popped up. I think it's new this year. I didn't see it on the last one. I saw it pop up, and I was like, yeah, let's take a look at that one.
That is wild.
Yeah. What do you guys think of this team? Who do you like? Who do you not like?
No, I mean, I think it's a pretty solid lineup. I think he's got a bunch of good defensive players kind of all over the place. And then he's got some good bats with Reyes, Juliano, Escobar, Alvarado. Like the middle of the order is pretty solid. And then a pretty good rotation as well. So
yeah, can't always untalk about DJ Marksberry. Just
yeah, he's on the decline, but he's still pretty good.
Yeah,
he pitched a lot of postseason last year.
I think his history, he's got like a lot of no hitters and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Couple no-nos.
Yeah, shows you the game achievement.
Yeah, I forget where it is. So
and down below on the timeline.
Oh yeah.
I see at least 2 of them there. Yeah, like 15 strikeout no hitters. Oh yeah, come.
Yeah,
3 no hitters.
3 no hitters.
One against the Seals.
One against the Seals. Wow. We have to bring that up.
But
he's got a couple pitching prospects that are pretty far along too that should be coming up soon, so that should help this team as well, maybe. If not this year, then shortly down the road.
Yeah, no, I think these guys are really close. Adam looks really nice, 3 nice pitches. Pretty well developed, and he's got a good personality. Oscar Yanis.
Yeah, similar. Spark plug also.
Knuckle curve there that's coming in still, but yeah, he looks really good. I think Somerville really is one of those GMs that big on team chemistry. This guy's literally got a team full of leaders. 7, 8, 9 leaders and 5 spark.
Yeah, look at all that. Yeah, that's he got there by pure by pure motivation.
Yeah, pure motivation.
Synergy.
Got a starting lineup of leaders.
That's how
Just
JR
actually every pitcher that he has.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I like this team.
All right, yeah. There's a 1 vote for Somerville this year.
The curse is off. I'm saying the curse. Well, I don't know the rest of the division, so we'll see where I'm at the end of this.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's got a lot of returning people. I feel like looks like. I mean, most of these guys were on the team last. It's mostly the same team he's bringing. He's added anybody big in free agents, but he was a champion last year of the conference. So yeah, I think he's going to be competitive.
All right, who's next?
Boston? Boston?
Montreal.
Boston.
I think Montreal won the division. I think Somerville just made championship.
Did Montreal win the division? They did win it. Yes, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So Montreal and Tim's team, and Montreal's been maybe the most consistent franchise in the entire TBL. Of course, under two owners, but all 7 of those playoff appearances have been under Tim. He made the postseason like the first season, which you could give some credit maybe to the previous GM, but Montreal's been in the postseason, I believe, for 7 seasons. Pretty nasty. Part of that's been the dumpster fire that give
Yeah,
credit
that's
where
pretty.
credit's due.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, he's got a good lineup through the top of the order. Just pretty well rounded all around, I think, and a good defensive team too.
I've always thought of Matt Mace when I've thought of Montreal, and he's not on the team anymore. He's moved on. I think he moved, but with Josh Hutchins now, 24-year-old, he might be the future of this team in terms of staff.
Where is he? Ooh. Oh,
Number 1 pitcher, Josh.
there we go. Okay, I was looking at the other wrong click there. Oh, wow, yeah.
And also Ben Caruthers. He came up like at maybe the prospect deadline or around then, and looks like he's an okay kind of number 2, number 3 guy.
Yeah, I think this is another well-rounded team that should be right back competing like they are every other year.
I feel like I've always known Montreal to be like a really good bullpen team. And I think that's taken a step back. I don't hate the bullpen. I think there's good pieces, but I don't think they have those top end back end pieces that they've traditionally had. So I think they are finally maybe the grasp on this division is kind of loosening, because I think there's teams that are trying to take this crown from Montreal.
All right, and as far as the future,
Just give Montreal props. They've won 3 division titles, finished second twice in that run. Really, really good.
Yep.
Second 3 times.
Yeah, I think like one of the years they limped into the they limped with the
Like yeah, in 2003, yeah.
no, like recent, like I think they like limped with like finished the season. They just finished the season out in first place. They didn't
Oh
deserve
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but but that just it went to the competition of the division.
Who's up next?
All right, so I think it's either Lehigh Valley
No,
or
it's Boston. It's Boston. They finished second in the division with 90 wins in
Oh, so
2009.
Somerville and Lou.
Somerville was third, I think, third or fourth.
All right, so Boston.
Boston's made a turnaround. They were one of the teams that just never really could make it. They definitely made a turnaround in 2008, making it to the championship. Ultimately
Yeah, I
losing.
mean, this
Got
is
some
a
standout
scary team.
players in their lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, they got Malik Roach.
I mean, I love their 1-2 pitching. They're the best 1-2 pitchers in ice conference. Maybe in the entire league behind Guiano.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Guiano and George Reed. But Coster,
Yeah.
obviously, the 2-way monster. He also is a hitter.
Matt Clark, huge prospect.
Boyd Perry is like my favorite pitcher, I think. He's only got 3 pitches, but he's just, I mean, he's so nasty. It's not just the bars, it's production. Pitcher of the year last year.
2008 pitcher of the year.
Oh, you're right, 2 years ago. Yeah, he gave up a lot more.
So
Still, he's super good. Yeah, pitching's wicked. Malik Roach is top 2, top 3 catchers in the league, right?
yeah,
24 years old.
Has to be 32 home runs.
he's got a really good catcher's arm. I don't like his framing in the blocking part. I think the framing really helps. It really helps your starting pitching. But as a catcher,
Yeah.
he's hitting the way he's hitting. Yeah, you're taking. I'll take. I guess you'll sacrifice that a little bit.
Yeah, you might see him shift over to like
Designated
third base
hitter,
or
maybe, or something like
first base.
that.
Yeah, first base or DH. That's what. Yeah, I do like Nick Kennedy a lot at shortstop. I think he's one of the best shortstops in the league. Maybe not defense. Well, he's above average defense.
Yeah, he's a really what I like him defensively.
He's got a nice young core to build around here for sure, and has a pretty
Yeah.
competitive team.
Matt Clark was the 1-1 in 2005, and 2020 be a big part of this team. He played 94 games last year. Must have been an injury. Yeah, he's injury prone, so maybe not. Maybe not a future superstar, unfortunately. But no, I do like this team over kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're right back in the playoff hunt again. It does look like just a
I
couple
would.
guys on the injury list, but nothing too. 1 to 3 to 4 month injury.
Yeah, it looks like it's a young reliever that could be, could have helped him out.
I would say I like that team as much as Montreal. I like it, and probably more than Philly, and that kind of makes sense. They did finish third.
Oh, over Somerville?
Somerville was third last year, right? So just looking on paper, like
Yeah, let's take a look.
I do like Boston and I do like
Yeah,
Montreal slightly better than I like Summer. Yeah, these teams
yeah, I like Boston too. They got a good lineup going on.
and of course they had one of the best systems in the PBL.
Well, they had some years to build on with that with those draft capital, So
They have a couple pitchers that could be up, like Jason being PBL ready, that might provide some relief. They're not superstars, but a little depth, and I do think Boston's in its window of like competing right now. They those two seasons. Any thoughts? Any last thoughts? Yeah.
I think it's a good team, competing team. I look forward to see what they do. Who's the fourth? Was it Lehigh?
Fourth last year, if we skip over, yeah, Somerville was Lehigh, JP, and this is a team that was kind of a retribution back to the hiatus.
That's right.
Definitely, JP did a great job with his team. He made some big trades at the deadline, and I think he was kind of making that push to really be competitive. But he fell flat in the wild card first round and losing in Game 5, but to Boston. But I think he's in his window now as well. I think he's going to be competitive this year, looking at his team.
Yeah,
Obviously, yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it looks like it's got a good team. See that first guy, Barry Richardson. Like him.
Yeah, he's all right. He doesn't have crazy bars, but his stats are off the charts.
Yeah,
2 really great seasons so far. Excuse me, 3. He played a half season already. 7 as well.
his number one player is this Roland Cook, 23-year-old lefty. Ooh,
Yeah, did he win Pitcher of the Year last year?
he must have pitcher of the year and rookie of the year.
Yeah, he was so good.
So
And
a
he looked
pitcher
like he could
finally
be
wins
competitive.
worker of the year. I
This
guess
guy
this,
looks pretty much. Yeah, look, the computer figured it out. Maybe. Right?
yeah.
This is 25. Maybe they fixed that shit. It looks like this guy could be kind of a standard bearer for the league here in the next few years. He
Yeah,
didn't get injured at all today.
yeah,
2 days on
he just had a migraine one day.
migraine. Yeah,
So
but he had almost 300 strikeouts, 178 strikeouts as of.
holy moly, 278 strikeouts. That's whew.
I mean, his stuff isn't fully developed yet. His slider.
His curveball's off the charts. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, this guy is gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I think. Roland Cook. Uh, looks like his number 2 guy's injured. It looks like his depth for his rotation's not all the way up there, but he's got some. Definitely looks like he's got some injuries in the pitching department dimension. Anyways, ooh. What are your thoughts here, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of young pieces. I think he's going to be. He traded for Jeff Brown last year. That was one of the big trades. I mean, Jeff Brown's been kind of a superstar, although last year definitely not a great season, trending in the wrong direction. Um, but I think it filled a hole for this team. So I don't love the Jeff Brown contract. Actually, now that I look at it,
It's a trade, so he didn't really make it. But
yeah, like you said, Richardson's been really good pieces here. I think he's going to be competitive. I think it's again we're maybe wild.
yeah, I agree with that. I think he's probably competitive. He'll be competitive. We'll see what he can do with it. Will he make the playoffs? I think it's going to come down to the Jade division.
Yeah, I wonder if this guy Hyun Ho Lee, looks like he was a free agent signing this back in 2008, to be able to stay healthy, decent.
He's out.
Injured for 7 to 8 weeks right now.
So he's got Jordan Adame too.
This is the guy he paid like 150 million, 120, 150 million over 5 years. Hyun Ho Lee. So not good to see that big long injury there.
Oh, do you guys have me?
Yeah, we hear.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my bad. I was muted.
I was gonna say Alex hasn't said anything for a while.
I was out.
And Ryan Herrera, I like Ryan. About to be in his third season, but he's progressed. Looks pretty good for like kind of a mid-range guy or mid-rotation guy.
And he's got that good captain trait as well. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I don't know about this team. Like, I think he's got good young pieces. I don't know if he's got what it takes.
Well,
I don't
I
know.
wish the JP kind of, he wasn't afraid.
Yeah, he's not afraid to. I want to say, didn't he make like a last minute trade move right at the deadline, like with minutes spare or something like that?
He made a lot of trade deadline moves, and he wasn't to get some pieces. So, what do you think? Next team?
Yeah, next team. It's 5th place now, right?
5th place.
Is it Washington?
I think Washington was last place, or the Eagles were last
6th
place.
place. So it's not that. So New York.
It's been New York. So
New York was 5th place.
take a look at Matt's team. Obviously, Matt he's a one-time TBL champion back in 2004, I think. 5 playoff appearances, and he's been in the rebuild. He went into the 50 team for the last couple of years, but jumped up to 70 wins last year, so back on the right track. and he's got a pretty good team, I think.
Yeah, look, judging by the team position rankings, yeah, it looks like his team. I can't really complain. Kareem, famous Amos, Amos, Kareem Amos.
Yeah, I think he's got some really, really nice pieces in the lineup.
Yeah, almost just over the 30-year-old, 30 or the age of 30 now. He's been pretty good. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
Who's that?
He's been pretty good.
Amos.
Yeah, Chad Keys was the
Doug
MVP
Keys
last
is
year.
a beast. Yep.
Chad Keys was the MVP, and he got traded midseason from Atlanta to New
That was
York.
like a combined 48 home runs and 125 RBIs. So
Yeah,
and
Who?
over
There's only
7 more.
Chad Keys. Go by lineups instead of this page.
Okay. Or
And sort by potential.
And then Willie Fonseca looks like is a free agent signing or a trade. I'm not sure which. Trade with Las Vegas.
Yeah, I remember when Fonseca was on the Las Vegas. Yeah, that was another nice pickup last year for New York. So you can tell Matt wants to get back into the competitive, into a competitive window and get back in the playoffs. He traded away some pretty big assets for Fonseca and for Keys.
Yeah, and those are players that you would think would make a big impact. So hopefully that's going to pay off.
We saw that shift last year in the Ice Conference where the Sapphire wasn't the dumpster fire they've been the last few years. They're starting to become, I think, maybe the dominant division over the J division. So
because yeah, Jade definitely had the stranglehold of the conference there for a while.
I mean, we're 5 teams in, and I think all teams have a shot at making the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree. These are all competitive teams.
I
Got
do
some
like
good-looking
I like
prospects,
New
but
York.
they're
I
pretty
like New York
young.
teams a lot right now.
He did give this closer, Elmer Gonzalez, $20 million a year for the next 2 years. I think that's a huge contract for a relief pitcher. But Gonzalez has been really, really good. I mean, if you look at the league in games started, or excuse me, games appeared 3 times. He appears like 70 to 80 times a year for 6 straight seasons. So he's like an Iron Man.
Wow, 79, 78,
5-time
86.
All-Star.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty sexy. A lot of money though. See if it's worth it.
That is a lot of money tied up there. This prospect too, Jesse Harnois, or I think that's how you'd say that, looks really nice to me. I think he could be a great player in a couple of years. He's already a great defensive center fielder, which is huge.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, he's far from developing, but I do like the range is awesome.
Yeah. This is a player I'd like to have.
If those hitting bars get better.
One of the things I do like about the Gonzalez, paid a lot, taking it from Montreal, right? So he's making himself stronger and he's weakening his division opponent.
He's taking your advice.
Yes, that's what I tried to do, but it keeps backfiring.
All right.
All right.
Who's next?
It's
Who is
Washington.
next? Washington Generals. Steve took a step back, and I think it was kind of intentional last year. He had one of his best players who was still young down in AAA for like a sim or two. Fred Cox or Fast, I forget which one. I think it was Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cox in 36 games put up more WAR. Like dude was like the MVP of the league. So yeah, I think Steve was just trying to boost his chances for a draft pick. He is top 7 this year. He's got a, the story of this team's been, in my opinion, great top 4. and then just kind of an empty staff. Although that's being turned around a little bit.
I think his team's narrative is they get hurt and then they can't make up for it. You know?
I mean, that used to be the narrative. I don't know if it's still the
No, I don't
narrative.
think so anymore. But I mean, got some people on that list.
Jason Kohler, just to keep the record running, now has led the league in walks for 7 straight seasons.
Took a step back last season, though.
Yeah, only 105 left.
Only 105 walks.
I mean, he really did take a step back last overall, but he was still tremendous.
Yeah, went from 169 and then two. I mean, what's happening here, Jason Kohler?
He had led the league in on base percentage for last year, but still 394.
He's a good
BP.
player. I mean,
He's-
Cox
he's
and
tremendous.
Fast are two great players, cornerstones for the
Yeah.
offense, I think, and good defensively as well.
Yep. He's got this guy Butch Winter, who looks like a rookie this year. Like he could be a winner. He's pretty good. This
Nice, I like
also
that.
could be. Thank you.
Yeah.
This also could be an injury risk. He's got the history.
Yeah, he's got great bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like not a ton of depth in the rotation. But yeah, this looks like a team with a lot going forward and a good young core again. Ryan
Yep.
Odom looks like a pretty nice piece too, coming up soon.
I like his closer, Johnson. He's pretty good. His pitching's definitely getting better. Like, I mean, it used to be like, you see a couple pieces, and then it was like some of the worst, like 35-30 over.
Yeah.
Now it's at least some depth to it. So I don't know. I don't think Washington as good as some of the teams we've seen, but I'm never gonna 3 if they put up like MVP type season. They could definitely be like on the top.
Yeah. Oh, Javier Jaime will come back into that rotation too, who is a big injury guy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he is.
That does provide them with another good piece there. But yeah.
If we're talking
So
about
then-
names, if we're talking about names again, his top prospect is a guy I'm rooting to be in the postseason. Got Johnny Garlashelli.
Yeah, that was good. That's a good name.
I think so. He's Italian. Can you believe that?
Nah. Hopefully he comes into it. He's a lefty. I like lefty starting pitchers. I don't know why. They're just
Ryan Odom's on the edge too. This guy might be starting this year. He's only played U25, so he's only played like A plus, A maybe. But he's 45-70, so he's not too far from being a big leaguer.
Has he got an injury history? Not bad. 3 days. That's great. Give him a shot. That's what I say.
All right, who's next?
That would be Philly, wouldn't it?
Philly, Bobby, taking over mid-season last year after JG in the league, who was not very active. So he got the quick boot, and Bobby was pretty from there. I don't know. What do we think of these Eagles?
I don't know what to think of these Eagles. I don't know. I don't like them.
I think there's a bunch of pretty like average players. The top end talent isn't super high on this team right now, so I think they
No.
have a ceiling.
Their ceiling is not be last place, I think.
David Ramirez looks like an interesting prospect. Matt Mace is here. He's out for 5 weeks. He's an injury guy too, though. No, or Am I wrong about that?
I think Matt Mace was an injury guy. I think I see his name on the when you're running the sim. I think you see his name all the time on there.
Yeah, he's had some longer ones and a bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
He did give Mike Jenkins $27 million, which is insane to me. But part of me thinks it's because he's extremely popular and he was just trying to like boost fan morale. I don't know. And that
Wow.
he's not in the window to compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
I think that's
think Bobby's trying to compete. I think he's trying to like make the fans happy until he can get some young talent.
Yeah, because getting rid of the guy like that would really hurt his. You got to keep your fans happy. I don't know
What was it
why.
with getting rid? He brought him in from Louisville. Yeah, a lot.
It's a lot of
Matt
money.
Mace is getting paid quite a bit. He's stolen from Philly. I mean, stolen from Montreal. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of money
yeah.
locked up, so I think he's yeah.
If he doesn't got a lot of money up, spend it. You know, you don't get to keep it every year, so
I'm
doesn't
sure
real.
he'd find some franchise pieces, and he's doing it right. He's got most of his money in development.
Yeah, I think this is a team with some good pieces that's kind of on the cusp of rebuilding.
Yeah, I think it might be the worst team we've looked at.
Yeah, I'm not being.
Definitely,
All day?
I'm not sugarcoating
I don't
it.
know, bottom three.
Not
Oh wow.
sugarcoating. I know. I mean, it's definitely it's definitely bottom three. It's definitely not the bottom though. I saw one earlier. It's pretty bad, but
I was thinking
If
this
you
team
say
would be like third,
Oahu,
fourth in our division.
I saw Wahoo. I saw Wahoo, and I was like, "This is at least it's not a Wahoo. It's not that dumpster fire."
he does have a top eight
All
prospect
right.
or top 4 prospect in David Ramirez. It's like the only highlight. He
Yeah,
must get 5 top on. There's some other pieces.
I just don't think this is the year for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I feel like I feel like the Eagles are 5 seasons, a decently long rebuild ahead of them.
Yeah.
But what we should say about Philadelphia, biggest bright spot here, they traded with New York for the number 1 overall pick. Like they traded for New York,
Oh,
New
that's
York's
right.
first round pick, and then New York landed the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I
So
did that with
Oh wow.
Phoenix.
Philadelphia has 2 top 5 picks in this draft.
That's
Oh
huge.
wow, that
Yeah.
is
I haven't
huge.
looked at the draft class to be honest, but
So long rebuild, but on the way. All right, rank them up.
Rank them.
I'll go first. I haven't gone first yet. I will go with. This is tough for me. I think I'm gonna go with Boston in this division. I feel like we're gonna have some parity in our answers. I think number 2. I'm gonna go with Montreal. We've got Lehigh number 3. Somerville seeing the playoffs. Uh, New York number 5. Washington, and I've got Philly 7.
I'll go second. I'll go second, and I'm different than you. I'm gonna go. Oh, well, I'm different, but I'm gonna go Boston first. I'm gonna go New York second. I really like New York's team. Um, Somerville third. Lehigh fourth. Wait, no. Boston, New York, Montreal, Somerville, Lehigh. There we go. I missed Montreal. Boston? Oh man, I screwed this. I screwed the pooch on this one. Boston, New
Boston, New
York,
York, Somerville, Lehigh.
Lehigh. Now Boston, New York, Montreal, Somerville, Lehigh, Washington,
Philly.
and Philly. There we go. That's my final
You
answer.
got there.
I got
All
there.
right.
I'm done.
Sounds,
Whew.
sounds good. Alex, what do you think?
All right. I also like Boston. I'm gonna go Boston, Lehigh, Montreal, Somerville, and then I'm gonna go Washington, New York, Philly.
All right. Yeah, we did say Washington could be scary, and then give them. All right. We got one more division to go. We are through this beast.
Yeah,
J division. Who won the sucker last year?
good question. I don't know.
I feel like it was Atlanta. Did Sean win? I think
Let's.
Atlanta. Sean brought Atlanta back to
He brought
first time
Atlanta,
since Jason left.
back to greatness. To the
90 wins, 90 and 72.
first place.
I think the story of the J division last year, Atlanta were like running head to head all season long, and then Galveston just dumped a bunch of pieces at the trade deadline, and Atlanta pushed off and took the division. But yeah, I think the Jade is kind of moving into a weaker phase compared to where they've been traditionally.
Yeah,
What do you guys think of the Smashers, though?
I like.
Taking a look.
He's got a good team positional rankings, like with Greg Gross and Diego Orta. Greg
I mean, Doug
Gross.
Morris last year was 18-1. He's a monster
He was
at 25 years
second.
old.
He was second in pitcher of the year last year, and he had 8.8 R1.
He led in WHIP,
It's
home runs
ridiculous.
per 9, 2.08 ERA, absolute stud.
I forget who won pitcher of the year, but the fact that Preston is amazing.
It
Everyone else
was
had a really
Boyd.
nice year too.
It was
It was
Boyd.
deserved. It was Boyd. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's got a bunch of nice hitters at the top of the lineup. I think his rotation is pretty. Well, he's got some really good pieces, and then he's got a couple average pieces. But Matt Florence looks like a really great prospect that's developing.
Yeah, agreed.
Matt,
Yeah,
the
he's got
fighting poor boy Florence.
this-
Everyone's favorite nickname.
The fighting poor boy. He isn't poor anymore.
And then yeah, this seems like a pretty well-rounded team. Like good hitting at the top of the lineup. Some good defensive pieces. Tommy Jones looks like a great defensive shortstop, and he can hit the ball a little bit too.
yeah, he still has Diego Orta on the team, who's a great glove, six-time great years old.
Yeah, this
Looks
is.
like
I
the
agree.
corner
I think
outfield spots are a little bit of the weak spot in this lineup.
yeah. Yeah, I think Sean's got a pretty good team here, but definitely not like a super complete team. There's definitely, like you just said, gaps.
There's gaps. Yeah, it's like a couple
Victor
pieces there,
Rivas.
but it's pretty. It's well rounded. It's almost there.
I don't know. I got to reserve my judgment. We
Yeah, I
have
need to see the rest of the division to say, but like I think this is a good team that should be competitive.
Orta's locked up for the next 2 seasons. Greg Gross is locked up for 2 seasons. Fonseca's Jecha is locked up for 2 seasons. So, like, really, the core of this team is what it is
Yeah.
through 2011.
Yeah.
Or
And those pieces are
has
Orta's
some
34,
creative,
Fonseca's 35, so
yeah.
some aging stars.
So, like, but basically 2 years, and then creative freedom to make some decisions.
Yep. All right, who's second?
I think second place was Tampa Bay last year.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, the Cannons, a surprise kind of finish here for Tampa Bay. And it was Cole's first season. He turn things around. I remember him saying to me, his team had a long road ahead of it to turn it around, and he ended up doing it in his first season. Part of that was, I think, some other teams were below expectation, but he also definitely above
Yeah, he had a good year.
expectation. And he had a good year, and he has some nice pieces. This team,
His 3, 4, 5 hitters are pretty scary.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Purdy is really, really nice.
Him and Blackwell make a pretty good one too in the middle there.
Yep.
48 and 43 home runs.
Yep, that's pretty scary. He's got Josh Gray, who's not a very good defensive catcher, and he's kind of a douche. I might move him to another position, but
He's
a pretty decent
designated
bat.
hitting.
Oh, is he? Nice. Yeah, he's like 25 to 30.
Yeah, because he's got Luis
speaking of catchers,
Gonzalez.
actually,
Yeah,
I
Luis.
love Luis Gonzalez.
Love Luis Gonzalez as a catcher.
Yeah.
He's got great bars. He's a spark plug.
He's not there for the offense. Basically, we do not care what he hits. 192, perfect. Keep catching.
And then he's got three pretty solid starters: Pete Martin, Omar Ramirez, and Javon Cooper, and then some other guys that are going to round out the rotation that are decent.
Yeah, I don't love his rotation.
Isn't there a guy on here
okay.
that he must have retired or something like that? Because I want to say
Chris.
before.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I want to say before they signed a player that totally devved down. I was wondering if he retired. That was on Tampa's team.
I don't know.
Chris, do you see his list of team top players?
Say it again.
Do you see the list of team top players in the?
Oh, yep, right there.
I think we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't talk about Justin Marshall, though.
Justin Marshall.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, look at this guy.
This guy's a stud. 4.44 in his rookie season. He was acquired by.
Yeah, he was acquired Rule 5 from me, wasn't he?
Rule 5 draft pick from the Haskell.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Oh no! Oh no! I was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yeah, no, I was like, what? What are we talking about?
I was leading up to that.
I do remember him talking about this, and he was nowhere on the radar on my scout had him anywhere's located like
he had
this.
A tremendous 2008 tremendous minor league season.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
No, he stayed through and he had 35 home runs as a rookie.
Wow.
I mean, we had a really strong class. He was probably.
Huh? I wonder why I didn't use him.
Maybe work ethic. Again, you like the
work it. Oh yeah,
maybe you saw that and you didn't
yeah.
tag him. Yeah.
Oh, it's what it is.
Love to see it.
Yeah, well, he's not on your team, so I mean, I can handle that. He's not on my team. You know, it is what it is. You know, 4.4. That's great.
It's tough.
But like I said,
as far as prospects goes, this guy has some stud prospects. Colin Shevlin.
He's the number one prospect in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, pitcher, and he's a two-way. Looks like.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is a two-way. Third baseman as well.
He was the 1-1 overall.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's still young, but he'll be a couple years out. Jason Johnson looks like a really nice prospect too.
He's not that good of a pitcher, but
young too, though.
Take him as a hitter.
But yeah, I think this team has some really good pieces, but not super rounded out.
Yep.
He got the international guy in Anton Erosa. Looks like
he did just sign the top. I will say, because I see behind the scenes, but more GMs bid on this guy than anybody else, and he had the top bid, and rightfully so. He was the number 13 prospect overall, so he was basically the best prospect available.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Cole's team. He's done a good job with the team. He's pretty tough GM. So that whole division, I've said it, like there's a lot of good GMs in that division. Not to diss any other division, there's a lot of good GMs except for in the Ruby division. I don't know how you guys won back-to-back championships.
I'm gonna say me and Alex are probably the top two.
You're making a mockery of this league. But who was number 3 last year?
I have no clue. You're supposed to be
I
on
think it's got to be like Vegas or something. Right?
Fort Collins, right? Or
I think it was Denver. Or
Fort Collins is fourth,
I think
so
it was Denver.
third place, Denver.
Take a look at Jay's team. Jay made the first playoff in the history of the Denver Dynamite back in 2008. Then came up short last year, even though winning 85 games is no slouch, right? I think he was first man out.
Yeah, that does stink.
I do feel like it was kind of like a late spree. I don't feel like he was like super.
Oh, it wasn't competitive.
Maybe I don't. But Frank House, torn UCL, 9 months, bad news right away at the end of spring training. His closer, who's on just a 1-year contract, that'll end maybe the Frank House tenure in Denver. The Dynamite next year. What do you guys think of this team?
I think his rotation looks pretty nice.
Kevin Klein looks nice,
Pretty
right?
deep. Yeah. I mean, they're all like Miguel Lugo, Eric Ryan, Steve Goldsberry. These guys all look like pretty solid pitchers.
I think he put up a write up on opening day here.
He did put up a write up, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good one.
Lugo's
Let's hear what he has to
33.
say about his team.
He's getting up in the older.
It's pretty long. I'll let people read it. It's a pretty good read. It's a really good read. The big league opening day. He put a question mark on his or the emoji of guy with the hands up in the air about his bullpen. So that probably has to do with the Frank House injury being out for 9 months. Be my guess.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Frank House, some feral raccoon.
Yeah, so that rotation I like. The lineup I think is pretty good.
Yep,
He's calling
I agree.
a nice conference championship, so there you go.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's
yeah.
something.
That's what I was gonna say. He said that he's heading. He wanted to go. He's gonna be. There will be contending for the Ice Conference Championship, not the TVL Championship, because that is he's already allocated that to Huron this year. So that's what he says.
It tickles me pink that I got Jay in this league and I got Cole in this league. Those were both NABL guys that we played with, and they were both like really good in that league. So I put division in.
Oh, you put them in the
that'd
same
be-
division.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
That
We
is
can
pretty.
go at it.
That is pretty fun.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
we
like
got,
this team.
Yeah, Horsefall I really like a lot. Horseface, Aaron Horseface, Horsefall, fan favorite, and
Tough nickname.
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, Jeremy McBarton's great. Mike High.
Mike Mile High.
He's injured, but yeah.
He does have one of the top
Yeah, he's no days left. Day to day, 1
10
week.
prospects in the league here, and Miguel hasn't developed yet, but again, prospect who's an 18th overall pick, so a nice find.
If he develops into what those
sure.
bars show, he's gonna be a freak. And he's got high work ethic, so you like that.
He does have a stud that's really close. Antonio Reyes looks like he's going to be really, really, really fucking good.
Yeah.
This was a trade with New York, like to move a really good asset to go acquire something. I wonder what this trade was. The 22 ranked prospect in the league, and he's good defensively, and he's good at bat.
Yep. He looks like a very well-rounded player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way this team's put together, and I think there's a lot of future promise here. So.
Yep. All right, who's next?
All right.
Well, I think 4 was Fort Collins. 4th place, correct. Fort Collins. This is one of those teams where I don't really. It's a one of those sneaky good teams, you know? You
So
don't know
let's
how they do
say
it. You don't know how they do it, but they do it. They sneak wins in somewhere.
This is
Kyle's
another.
definitely one of the most meticulous GMs.
Yeah, this is another up and coming team. He's got a lot of players that are still developing that are in the major leagues now that are gonna hopefully grow together into a really strong team. Dave Morgan with 42 home runs last year.
Yeah, Morgan was great.
Jeffrey Cragen looks like a great piece. Andre Crawford, so yeah, he's got some really top end talent.
I don't know who won Rookie of the Year award, but Morgan put up 6 points as a rookie. Amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like Cornejo here is 40. Who knows if these guys are just getting like training low AAA, but all these guys are close. So he's got some depth here.
Yeah.
And I like his pitching.
Yeah, I agree. Jamie Lindahl is a player that I think that I really like. I drafted him and traded him, I think, for Bill Bryce, who I think is really good. He's a captain and has good bars.
I think this guy Jeffrey Cragen would be a Rookie of the Year candidate, a two pitcher in his rotation. Yeah, and I think he's got one of the pitching staffs here in the division.
Yep, I would agree. Pretty good depth through the bullpen. Meet the team.
I'm not counting Kyle out.
Nope, you can't.
Yeah, this is a team that could be competing.
Like I said,
He
he's
missed the
sneaky.
playoffs last year, 84 and 78. Missed the playoffs, but
He was a 90-win team the 2 years before that. Yeah.
Told you, he's sneaky good. He's sneaky good team.
I will say, I think it's worth mentioning. Kyle Lacey in free agency right now, 39 years old. Rooster. He's been on the team since 2001. I think he was the inaugural, 1-7, early inaugural. Yeah, second round draft of the inaugural.
Wow.
Kyle Lacey, time with the Roosters might be done, and maybe in the big league picks him up here. He is extremely popular, or he's popular locally. Excuse me. I guess I need to pick.
Well, I mean, Hawaii's a good retirement destination, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. I don't know who's fifth place. Was it Galveston? No, it wasn't Galveston, was it?
That's true. Do you remember when Ricardo Box came here?
Yeah. That is true.
Get that retirement check.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like
MVP. Let me get a Hawaii and just.
MVP. I'm gonna go Hawaii and then take a break.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Who's next?
Is it
Fifth
New
place?
Orleans?
It's gonna be Galveston.
Not New
Galveston,
Orleans.
83 and 79.
Fifth place.
And this is a team that's kind of been 3 playoff appearances, kind of been in the 80 win. Sold off last year at the trade deadline. Maybe going into a rebuild now. When Matt first joined the league, like in 2002, he went into a rebuild and then, was pretty successful there for a minute, and now you might be cyclically going back into that. But
Back into rebuild mode.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Now that I'm looking at this team, he's got some.
This team looks good. I mean, the
His
position rankings too.
He's got some good young pitching, like a good base there, but some of his better position players are kind of aging, so it's kind of a.
I mean, he
tough,
signed Aaron.
two sides of the coin.
Yeah, he signed Aaron Smith this offseason. Aaron Smith, star, like a superstar. Jeremy J. Meeker, looks good bars wise. He's 22 years old. Not sure if he's going to start this year in the big league or not. I think Galveston maybe put information on. Let's see. league opening day. Where? No, nothing from Galveston.
Meeker does look really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some really good pieces here. I would say
Look
though
at-
that like Smith is, well, he's 33, I guess, so he's not that old.
Look at his shortstop. I think his shortstop's gonna be one of the defense.
Yeah, this
and
guy. This
that offense.
guy's yeah, Gold Glove. Look how many Gold Gloves he got. In 7 of them.
That's not even who I'm talking about, though. That's funny too. This one wire is as good. He's 33, but he's got a 23-year-old, Marcos Armendariz.
And he looks great too to play third
Go
base or
to
shortstop.
lineups, Chris.
Yeah, he's got nice pieces all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy looks really good. Nick
Yeah, I'd play him
Bryant
at third. I'd play him
is
at
going to
third.
be a rookie this year. Nick Bryant looks like rookie of the year candidate. Yeah, Galveston maybe just like decided last year wasn't his year, but I could see him going for it this year.
Yeah, I think you're spot on.
What do you guys think of Frank Vaughn? Kind of interesting profile, to be honest.
Frank Vaughn.
Just 50s all around.
A bunch of pitches.
Bunch of pitches. Throws them
really
all the
great
same.
Really great control, great movement. But
I like this guy. I do. I just wish his stuff was a little higher.
yeah,
Because I do like a guy with high movement. You know, just doesn't allow him to hit home runs.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, he looks like a solid piece.
and one of the things I do remember about Galveston, they are in kind of a not by a lot, like slightly below average home run. Yeah. All right. Anything in his system worth mentioning?
I think we already covered the good system guys.
yeah, you
Oh, we
did.
did. Okay.
Yeah, Adames, Meeker, and Jamari Durant are the highlights.
So basically, he's got a great system. He's got to deplete a
Yeah,
all the young talent.
his system is all coming into form right now.
Nice. All right. Who's number 6? 2 teams left. I think it's going to be the High Rollers here, number 6.
Number 6.
Someone tell me how this team was.
This is what I was confused by. I thought they could have finished second because I looked at this
I
team and
don't
it was
get
like,
it.
I don't get. Yeah,
this
well,
is a pretty good team.
well,
I don't get it.
like you said, they were gonna, the year that I won the championship. That was the year they were gonna win it. I don't get it either.
They've got 4 outspoken guys, a selfish guy. So, I mean, no one's disruptive.
But they got a lot. He's got
tons of
captains.
leaders, the captain.
He's got plenty of that stuff to out. Yeah, what is going on with this team?
This
It's
is definitely
confusing.
the confusing, most confusing team in.
If you look at his position rankings, they're like pretty good generally.
I mean, Zach's team won 189 last year, 75.
Yeah, 107, 89 to 75. Like, how can this team do that? First, fourth to sixth.
I don't hate the pitching. I think there's decent pitching here. I don't think the best pitching staff we've seen. I guess maybe one of the big problems here is the bullpen. Bullpen's not super strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
sore eye on this group.
And Verdugo's one of the best bats in the league. I mean, look.
Yeah.
45 runs a year. He had 44 5-year base, 5 straight.
45, 48, 45, yeah.
Pretty much a 5 WAR player every year.
Yeah, pretty tremendous. But I will say this lineup also isn't as deep as
some of the others
teams. He did trade for Chris Flowers. He traded Chris Flowers from Somerville. Chris Flowers is really, he was a rookie last year. He came up after the line. This guy could be maybe challenging Jason Kohler for the walks title. Maybe not. Kohler's pretty good, but he's got that really nice eye.
How many walks did he have? 119. No, he's got some to catch up. Still got some catching up to do.
He's got another rookie here. Not the best personality, but Trey Blake's not terrible. He's a top prospect. He might be ready to play. And he's got Steve Miller on this team still. Still a
I think
douchebag.
Steve Miller was. I thought he was a
Oh, you're right.
Mudcat.
You're right.
Must.
He was a Mudcat. Steve Miller finally ending his time in New Orleans by Las Vegas. So Las Vegas bringing in a
Power bat, Steve Miller.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty dangerous lineup. So I don't know. I think that this team is primed for a bounce back season.
He's one of the best catchers in the league, except at a 7th All-Star. Tim Cree, I don't hate him. I agree. I mean, I thought they were good last year. They weren't.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I'm
Although
giving
the
this
pen does
team
need work, but yeah, overall a pretty good team.
I don't give this team a chance to run away with it or like second place contender.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's tough with this team. I think it's. I like it, but I don't think you can trust it. I don't know. I can't trust it.
And does that leave us with New Orleans?
Well, I will say they do have the number 8 here for
What'd you say again?
Las Vegas, but yeah.
You cut out on there.
Las Vegas has the number 5 prospect.
Oh.
Which is a nice piece as well.
That is good to have.
Yep. Who's our last team?
New Orleans.
That would be the New Orleans Mudcats.
Ryan and the Mudcats. Yeah, he went into full blown up mode last year after winning the division and then being a quick out.
He said, "Disassemble."
Yep.
He's got lots of draft capital the next 2 seasons to work with to get his rebuild on track because I traded him a lot of draft picks.
He hopes he's hoping you suck this year, is what he's saying.
He went out and did make kind of a splash in free agency and bringing in Michuchika Miura, who I really liked. Only thing that I didn't like about Miura is he's 31 years old. Kind of an interesting move for Ryan.
Who?
Ryan's in the window to his top starting pitcher. If you go to the pitching tab.
Oh.
How about his $50 million salary?
There we go.
Oh, he gets $10 million cheaper every year that he has him. So hopefully he'll be nice and cheap working into the window.
Just hope he stays healthy for.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, I guess I don't really get the move because you're not in the window. But I guess if you have the money to spend.
I mean,
I think in the 5th year on $10 million, if he's still a good player for him, then that could be helpful.
Yeah, but he's gonna be what, 36 at that point?
Yeah, he's a 75.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If you like the player and you want to pay him right now, pay him now.
If anything, I like Mike Shane just as much. Probably more. Mike Shane's had 2 really good seasons in leagues. Now he's ready. This guy's 23 years old.
I traded him Ben Kish, who I like, who's also a good prospect, I think.
Yeah, Ben Kish looks decent. He's the number 11 prospect. Hasn't put up the best statistics in the minor leagues last season. We'll see if he can pull it together to finish developing some of these bars that are completed. But yeah, he looks like he could be really.
Yeah, he was a draft pick when was? Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else. He's been around for a while. But yeah,
so this team's
I think
always
this
had
team
some dangerous pieces. I mean, look at the lineup though. What do you think of the lineup? It's as bad as it gets.
Yeah, this is a full rebuild, I think, for this team. They tore it down. They traded all the good assets, or they let him walk in free agency, and now it's time to build. And I think Miura also is good because he's a captain, so hopefully he keeps some positivity in the clubhouse. But
John Rowe looks really nice, but he might be trying to him at that young age. If he does perform well, could probably pull asset. But yeah, the Mudcats, like it's kind of funny to think of them mid 2000s. They were like the scariest offense in the league, right?
Yeah,
Now they're
yeah.
maybe the worst.
Yeah, I would say they probably are. This looks good though. If you go to the team top prospects, Kish, Shane, and Anderson, they're all 22 to 23 years old. So if all three of those guys develop together, that's a pretty nice
Core.
base to your rotation going forward, and then you build around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point. And he did bring in an IAFA in this class. Better ones, Hugo Arias.
Oh, Mark Morales is a nice player too.
For sure.
Traded or signed from Huron, I'm not sure which. Free agent signing. So he added some pitching.
Yeah.
I think that was the weak fall of this team, wasn't it? Was pitching.
What do you guys think? This division's kind of hard to.
This is a crapshoot. I literally want to roll the dice on the preseason predictions. I'm not sure. I really don't know who to pick.
Well, that sounds fun. I'll let you go first.
All
No, I'm
right.
just kidding. What do we have? You started the last. We have Alex start this one off. He's
All
cleaned
right,
up
I
the
can
last.
go first. I think this is a really hard division to call. Give me like 30 seconds to click around a little bit here and refresh my memory.
Yeah.
I think I like Atlanta at the top, and then Denver. I think I like Vegas third, even though they weren't good last year. Fort Collins 4. Tampa 5.
Oh, sorry, I messed this up.
Oh
Fort
no, see,
Collins
I should have had Galveston higher somewhere in there. And
Alright,
then New
start over.
Orleans is on the bottom.
Start over because I fucked it up.
Oh fuck! Well, I don't remember what I
Sorry.
said. I'll probably change it now.
Yeah.
I think I had Atlanta, Denver, but then I'm gonna go Galveston third.
Yeah.
Vegas, Tampa. No, I don't like that. Vegas, Fort Collins, Tampa, New Orleans. I guess. I don't know. This is a really tough one.
All right, I'll go second. This is what you do. Just throw out random team names to look at them right now. I'm gonna go first place. First place, Fort Collins, because this is a crapshoot. Second place, Denver. Third place, Las Vegas. Fourth place, Galveston. Fifth place, Tampa. Sixth place, Atlanta. Last place, New Orleans.
Wow, that's terrible.
That is horrible. But I just named them.
I actually kind of agree with you though. I think Atlanta's my number 2, so I'm way off with you on that one.
Yeah, I picked him 6.
Alex had him first.
I know.
My number 3 is Denver, so we all have Denver. Number 4.
I only picked. Go ahead.
Okay, number 4 I've got. I think Galveston. I've got Tampa number 5, Las Vegas number 6, New Orleans number 7. And again, yeah, no, I feel as unconfident about my picks in this division as any other.
I will say, like, I think Denver. I picked Denver the same as you guys, just because I was literally picking team names as I was going, because I really don't know this division. I did feel good about my Fort Collins number 1 pick, though. I want to say
Atlanta
that.
down at 6. I just didn't like your picks. Atlanta at 6.
This feels like a competitive division, but I think there's more teams that feel better on the other side of the conference.
Oh,
mind.
Sapphire.
Yeah,
I think this is. I think it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a tough division. I think Jade's the most competitive out of all of them.
Yeah, this could be a split wild card, but I think that it's more likely that the Sapphire has more wild card teams.
Yeah, I would go for a split on this one. I think there's
Yeah, this is a split. I think I agree it's a split as well.
Yep. So if we were to call a split here, then we got everybody's got. Let's see.
I guess we got Denver. Denver making the playoffs.
Yeah, we all have Denver making the playoffs. That's the only thing we agree on in that division.
As a
And
wild card. As a wild card.
We all have Boston making the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll have Boston
and
make.
we all have Montreal making the playoffs in some capacity. So, all right, pick your champion each side.
Champion?
Yeah, Chris, you go.
Can I pick Spokane?
Did you make the playoffs? No, you didn't.
Well, I'm making the playoffs. It's a split,
not
baby.
in the preseason predictions. You're not.
Okay. Well, Spokane's gonna mysterically win. No, I'm gonna say Huron against Fort Collins because they're my number one pick for the Jade. And since I said it was a crapshoot, I'm going with it.
All right, I'll go with
Fort Collins is winning too, all the way, baby.
I'll go second. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Nashville. No. I think it's gonna be Kingston. This is the year for Kingston, underdog status. They're gonna come in as a wild card, and they're gonna face Lehigh. And I got Lehigh winning.
Ooh, wow. How do you got Lehigh winning? Do you have Lehigh going to the playoffs?
Oh, good question. Let me double check. Yeah.
All right,
my third pick.
I think Huron's gonna win, but I'm gonna say San Diego and
Homer.
Atlanta. San Diego for the back-to-backs.
All right.
BJ Swart MVP. That's my prediction.
He's gonna get the all the RBIs in the losing games.
He's gonna hit him in the winning games.
He's gonna hit all the RBIs in the losing games and steal the MVP from
He's just gonna have all the RBIs. Period.
Steal the MVP trophy from the deserving guy on your team. Ah, you that bastard.
All right, fellas.
It's been fun. It's been long. Thank you for doing this. A nice contribution. I think people in the league appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good luck to everyone this season. Go Seals. Arf, arf,
good luck. Good luck to everyone. And of course, we have a surprise championship podcast coming up. Yeah. Have a good night, my friends.